I did this movie called The Lost City of Z years ago, and I think he hadn't even been cast as Spider-Man, and he was wearing a Spider-Man outfit when I was shooting that movie.
But why?
And I was like, he really manifested that part.
What kind of superhero would I want to play? Maybe Spider-Man in like 10 years' time.
Who was your first ever celebrity crush?
Zendaya.
How much of your acting career do you feel like you've manifested, or there was a vision or a focus, or is it more just like this was naturally what you were into and it grew? Where did that come from?
I do believe in manifesting, actually. I really do. I think what's interesting about my career is this was never something I wanted. I just was a young kid. I loved dancing. My mum would take me to a dance class every Saturday. It was just a hobby.
I was really lucky that like my life changed slowly. Like I started when I was really young, and then I had about 10 years before the Spider-Man thing happened. The Spider-Man of it all was that was the big turning point of where like everything changed. And I was lucky that I had those formative years to sort of grow up, make mistakes, learn about set life, learn about the world of movie making, and then Spider-Man happened. But it definitely was a steep learning curve for sure. The thing with acting that I've always found quite difficult is that it's either 100% or nothing. So like if you're on set, you're working flat out, you're exhausted. And if you're not working, you really don't have anything to do.
Yeah, the only time that you get to practice your craft is when you're on set and getting paid to do it.
Right, like I'm not at home saying to Harrison, like, do you want to jump up and just run some lines quickly? You don't do that. I mean, I'm sure some people do. So what's been really nice working with them and working on this bureau stuff is having stuff to do outside of the acting world that keeps my mind engaged and gives me a reason to be getting up and working and getting that training session in early in the morning. And I think I've always been very driven, and if you put the work in front of me, I'm really good at getting it done. I'm not very good at putting the work in front of me myself. I need someone to help me do that.
You're a team player.
I'm like, tell me what you need me to do and I'll do it, but don't ask me to like come up with the strategy to do it.
So I never really wanted this. I just sort of never stopped doing it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the creativity. I love the building blocks that are required to put a film together. I love the collaboration on set between people from all different walks of life. You know, a film set is a melting pot of all sorts of different people. Finding that kind of inner peace of like, I've made my mind, this is the choices I've made, I'm here now, there's nothing I can do. It's almost like you should make peace with your choices, I guess.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, can you explain what it means to achieve unconscious competence?
Oh, sure, man. Yeah. First, you got to know what you're doing. Then you got to start doing it all the time. And then if you just put enough time in that box, you'll get to a place where you don't even need to think about it. You just start doing it. And I really do think that can be applied to even psychological things and things you just want to change about your outlook on life.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I was locked in then.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky that I have an incredibly strong group of friends. Like one of my best mates just called me up earlier to say he'd seen the 5th episode, and he's like, I know what happens in the show and I'm still loving it. The people I'm watching it with have no idea what's going on, but they can't wait for the next one. Yeah. So, you know, I really, really hold high the opinions of people that I really care about. I'm also really lucky to have an amazing group of fans who are so supportive. They are diehard, they are there day one, and that makes me feel really good. The quote is, if you have a problem with me, text me, and if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me.
That is so good.
And I think that that is such a great piece of advice, because as a celebrity, you live on this stage, you live out there, you kind of give out a version of yourself that you want people to see, and that can be the version of yourself that they can have a problem with or they can love. And there is a, you know, I feel like I'm quite authentic in my public persona, but I just try to really care about what my family thinks, what my friends think, what the people in my local community think. I live in Kingston, I know everyone that lives there. I can't walk 5 feet without bumping into one of my mum's friends. So yeah, so it's something I've been working on. I try my best to not let that stuff affect me. It does.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not cold-hearted or anything like that. It does affect me, but I just try to move on and focus on the positives.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're struggling, if you need help, if you feel bad and you wake up and you go to a friend, a therapist, a teacher, an employee or a colleague and say, I'm really struggling, I need some help, that should be something that we give you a pat on the back. Like, I would love to help you. I'm delighted that you asked me. And that, for me, that announcement was kind of my olive branch, and the press ran with it how they ran with it. But to be fair, it kind of gave me a great drive to finish The Crowded Room in the way that we did. To, like, if you're not going to listen to my personal message, then you have to listen to the message of my show.
Yeah.
So it kind of went hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I think we all work too hard and we should put our lives first. I've always lived by the idea that I work to live, I don't live to work. And I think that it's really unfortunate that that's what people took from the idea of me taking a break.